I think it is indeed fair to say that this is one of the biggest fixtures in Australian football. Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory, the Melbourne Derby, just a couple days out from Christmas. Live watch along for this one. And very excited for this matchup. A Victory side who are flying at the moment. And a Melbourne City side who have had a really disappointing start to the season overall. It has to be said, the reigning premiers have been below par by their high standards. And this is an opportunity for Melbourne City, a massive, massive fixture for them to really sort of turn their season around. This could be a turning point for Melbourne City. They've got a massive test here. We know how good Melbourne Victory have been so far this season, and Victory are going to be so hard to beat here tonight. Bruno Fornaroli is in incredible goal-scoring form, and you're backing Melbourne Victory. I put out some polls on the socials on the YouTube channel in the past few days, and it's well in favor of Victory, which isn't too surprising. Hope you guys are doing well. Of course, the live chat where we have our live discussion. Always great to have fellow fans joining the chat, joining the discussion. And that's what we love to do here at Coastal Football. Good to see Ashton tuning in. And Ashton is spot on. What a game this will be. Look, it should be good. I think, look, there is like a gap between the two teams on the table. Obviously, Melbourne City struggling. But this could be close. This could be close. I'm sticking with my prediction from my predictions video this week, which I said 4-2 victory, which is a big win. It's a big win for Melbourne Victory. And I am expecting goals tonight. But I've got a feeling, actually, as the game's getting closer, and Melbourne Victory are so favoured to win. I feel like Melbourne City could pull something out here. Good to see Val Hoon in the chat as always. Spencer here dropping the hashtag Justice for Langarek. Good to see Tan Lee in the chat. It's right, 3 minutes late. It's you can't blame me. It's Christmas time. Everyone's a little bit busy at the moment, aren't we? Joshy's here. Good to see Joshy. And Troy as well. Troy says, hey, look, a great win for us on Thursday. Yes, very stoked to see the Mariners win. The men's team on Thursday. Women's team, the Mariners women's team, picked up a 3-0 win away to Canberra today as well, which is great. But what a win for Mariners on that Thursday fixture away to Brisbane. And we're going to talk about some of the other games across the round so far. There's been some major results today as well. 4 games today. This is the third of those 4 games. We've had plenty going on this week already. So that on Thursday, we saw Mariners win 3-0 away to Brisbane. What a result. What a result. And the Friday night fixture, Adelaide United finally bouncing back to winning ways with a big win against Newcastle Jets. And then we had 2 games on today as well that have already concluded. One of them just wrapping up minutes ago. Sydney FC picked up a pretty nice 4-2 win against West United. It got a little bit nervy towards the end. But Joe Lolly was fantastic in that game. And then Wellington Phoenix, they are going to round out the round on top of the table. Wellington Phoenix currently sit top of the table, 4 points clear, which is huge for them, man. I mean, what a season it's been already for Wellington Phoenix. Great to see Marcus in here. Marcus, obviously a Sydney FC fan, as we know. We'll be very happy with that, with those 3 points. Spencer, for those that don't know, is a Brisbane fan. And yeah, look, disappointing for Brisbane fans, hey. Pretty surprising too. I mean, it's a bit of a shock result. Don't know if anyone saw a 3-0 result for the Mariners coming, hey. Good to hear it, Troy. Says, just got home from work, looking forward to Christmas, Boxing Day off with the family. Love to hear it. Hope you guys are enjoying a safe and happy time during this holiday period. The Christmas holidays, of course. Marcus says, whenever I predict Brisbane to win, they lose. They've starting to suffer from a little bit of inconsistency at the moment, aren't they, Marcus? Brisbane Roar. 2 straight losses. Losing away to Western and then at home to Mariners. And, you know, is it coming down to injuries? That's something that we're starting to talk about now for Brisbane. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So this match is just moments away from kicking off. And the word across the socials is that this game is sold out, which is very exciting. We love to hear that. It is a big deal in the A-League. Very young league it is. Still just a couple decades old. Not even that. And great to have yet again another massive attendance. This is technically a Melbourne City home game, but I'm sure the Victory fans will show up in big numbers. Of course, the biggest, statistically biggest fan base in the A-League, Melbourne Victory. Jordan, good to see you here as well, man. Prediction for tonight. I'm sticking with my call from the prediction video, which we put out midweek. I'm sticking with 4-2 victory. Spencer's going one more going 4-3 victory. Good to see Iggy here in the chat. How you going, mate? Huge game indeed. Huge game indeed. Iggy's also back in the 4-2 victory. Yeah, look, here's the thing, right? Look, Victory are going to score goals tonight. They're just unstoppable at the moment. But Melbourne City, I like their attack. I like what they've got going forward. Togo Arslan's having a good season so far. And look, when you got Jamie McLaren up top, there's always, he will take an opportunity if he is presented with it. And I actually wanted to highlight that here. You can see the lineup graphic that we've got here. Obviously, Melbourne City, more of maybe a 4-3-3, if you like. Togo Arslan does slot alongside McLaren when they're in defense. So it's shifts between sort of a 4-4-2 and a 4-3-3, if you like. But Jamie McLaren, look, we know, we made a video yesterday about the Socceroos squad. Check it out if you haven't done so already. My thoughts on it, my reaction to it. Overall, I'm pleased with it. A few surprises there. And maybe one of the surprises is no Jamie McLaren. Look, I think this guy, look, I feel for Jamie McLaren a little bit. Look, I don't mind the decision to leave him out, but I do feel for him. This guy scored a hat-trick in one of his most recent Socceroos fixtures, those 3 goals against Bangladesh at Amy Park, funnily enough. And as on top of that, I mean, he's the all-time greatest goal scorer in A-League history. And there's no one that has surpassed Jamie McLaren when it comes to scoring goals in the A-League. And the Asian Cup, these are huge occasions for these players. And I think McLaren will feel frustrated that he's not included in that squad. Look, Fornaroli had to be picked. But look, I mean, Graham Arnold said in his press conference he wanted to take 2 younger strikers, and he's done that in Cassini Yengi and John Iredale. I feel for Jamie McLaren, though. I'm sure he's sitting back and thinking, man, I should be there. Good to see General here in the chat. Says, I won't be lying, coach. I have jitters. Even Victory are favourites. We just haven't been in this position for a long time. Yeah, man, it's a good point. Like, this is a fascinating scenario for Melbourne Victory. It's quite rare in recent years that Melbourne Victory heading into a derby as favourites. But that's the other fascinating thing about this derby match. The script has been flipped. The scenario, the context surrounding this game is completely different. Melbourne City have been so dominant over recent years. Victory have picked up a couple derby wins here and there, I recall, if I recall correctly, in recent years. But it has been City who have just been far stronger when it comes to the derbies. And there you go. Look at that. We're seeing some shots from the stadium. This game is shortly going to get underway. There's the We Are Melbourne sign, the banner, I should say. Troy asks, that's awesome that it's sold out. Love to hear. How do you think Perth will go tonight? Very fascinating game, that one, too. Hey, one more game tonight. Perth Glory, MacArthur FC. And that'll be a fascinating game because I think Perth have an opportunity to win it. We know how good MacArthur have been this season, though. Butter, for those that don't know, is a Wellington Phoenix fan. Wellington Phoenix are indeed top of the league right now and are going to enter Christmas top of the league. They have 4 points clear. And that means Melbourne Victory, even if Melbourne Victory were to win tonight, can't catch them. But could well and truly cement themselves in second place on the ladder. Tunnel Cam. Roderick Miranda, captain of Melbourne Victory, ready to lead his team out. Melbourne City captained by Jamie McLaren. Let's quickly run through these lineups. As you can see, for both teams, pretty strong. Obviously, we know there's a couple of injuries, especially when it comes to Melbourne City. No Matt Leckie. Of course, he missed out on the Socceroos squad, which was announced yesterday. Aside from that, it's pretty consistent for Melbourne City. It's the same starting lineup that drew 3-3 with Central Coast Mariners last week. Expects Togo Arslan to, float around the pitch, of course. For Melbourne Victory, one changed for their starting lineup, and it comes at right back. Jason Gary returns to replace Connor Chapman. Of course, Chapman, a former Melbourne City player, if I'm correct. I just said that, and then I questioned it for a second. Is he? It's a good griddle question there. We'll go halftime griddle as well. What's with the red in the banner? Says Spencer. I assume you're referring to that We Are Melbourne banner. And I most certainly assume that would be a callback to the Melbourne Heart Days. Of course, around a decade ago now, hey. Melbourne City initially entered the league as Melbourne Heart, their colours being those red and white stripes. Good to see Sid FC and here, Joe Lolly on fire indeed. And I'm sure, mate, you'll be very happy with how Joe Lolly played today and very happy with Sydney FC picking up the 3 points against Western. Ruben, good to see you here as well, man. Did anyone have Wellington anywhere near the top on preseason predictions? Look, I'd be surprised if anyone had them, even anywhere close to the top 2, top 4. But look, Wellington Phoenix have once again just, defied odds. And not only are they defying, I shouldn't say defy the odds, but like defying the critics, I guess, defying me again as well. Yeah, man. I mean, Wellington Phoenix, they're just what they're not. Look at they're exceeding expectations, extremely so. They are top of the ladder, and I'm just blown away. I mean, pre-season, this Wellington Phoenix squad just looked so weak, lacked depth, but Giancarlo Italiano has taken over and has done an incredible job. And this Wellington Phoenix side is just looking incredible right now. I mean, Costa Barbarouses with 3 goals in his last 2 games. And a fantastic assist to set up that second goal earlier today as well. And funnily enough, on that conversation, Iggy asked the big question, who do you think will win the league? Well, I like to separate that question into premiers and champions because it is a different equation. I seriously think Wellington have a serious chance of finishing as premiers. I think Wellington could well finish as premiers, which would be a huge achievement for them. Really would. I think my initial answer was Wanderers early on, but I think Wellington, man. Who will finish champions is a different question. I think Melbourne Victory are going to be a really dangerous team, especially when it comes to a final series. That's right. The lower you predict us, the higher we finish. Wellington Phoenix can never underestimate the Wellington Phoenix. Spencer's back in Victory as premiers and Brisbane as champions. So this game's going to kick off in a couple of minutes. Melbourne City, Melbourne Victory, 2 of the fiercest rivals in A-League football. Who will win this one? Is anyone backing Melbourne City? That's the question. Is anyone actually tipping Melbourne City? Feel free to drop your predictions in the chat. As this one is set to kick off in front of a almost packed house at AAMI Park. And we've been really enjoying doing our Saturday night watchalongs, man. The primetime fixtures, the big ones. Last week we were live for the Big Blue Melbourne Victory with a very comprehensive 3-0 win against Sydney FC. And they'll be confident that they'll get the result here once again against Melbourne City. But I'll tell you what, you look at that City lineup here on that graphic, and it's there's enough there, I think, to at least trouble Victory tonight. Jordan, of course, back in his Victory. General's back in a 1-1. Butters back in 2-1 City. Of course, it should be mentioned as well, Melbourne Victory are currently still the only team undefeated in the competition. Will that run end tonight against their rivals? Perhaps. Let's have a look at the ladder as this one is set to kick off. Wellington Phoenix, top of the table right now. And there it is. There's kickoff. Melbourne Victory could cement themselves in second place. Melbourne City. It's been a mixed season for them. But a win will lift them into the top 6, which is a bare minimum for a club like Melbourne City. Both teams. I mean, they're showing the form from the last 5 games for both teams, and it's decent for both teams. I mean, obviously, especially Victory, who have undefeated still. Melbourne City are undefeated in the last 3 games, 2 wins and 1 draw. Already in some early Ryan Teague, Callum Talbot, all coming together. I'm sure this will be a very feisty and fiery encounter, as it always is. And we expect nothing less. Appreciate you guys joining me for this live watch along, as always. If you want to support the channel, consider hitting the like button. And if you want to support me making content here on the channel around Australian football, the A-Leagues, and much more, you can also consider sending through a super chat. Greatly appreciate you guys just tuning in as always, man. Great to see so many familiar faces here. Great to see Noah here as well. Says, feels good being a Knicks fan today. I'm sure it does, Noah. Wellington Phoenix, another win. A good win. It was a gritty one. They had to grind it out. 2 late goals from Wellington, earning them a 2-0 win against Western Sydney Wanderers. Late goals. And Phoenix are going to enter Christmas top of the table. Suddenly asks, is there ever a undefeated team to win a grand final? Not to my memory. Don't think so. We've had some teams who have gone on exceptional undefeated runs. You have to look back to Brisbane Roar in the early 2010s, even Sydney FC in the mid 2010s, if you like, went on a really good run as well, I believe. Spencer with the take here on Aziz Bayich, Melbourne City left back, who's currently on the ball as we speak, funnily enough. Spencer says, still don't get why Bayich was picked. I think he's way past his prime. Look, I mean, Bayich is obviously heading towards the end of his career. He's got some young fullbacks really challenging him for that position, not only in the Socceroos lineup, but in the Melbourne City lineup as well. I think Bayich is having a good season. I think he's done all right. He's a very physical player. Plays with great passion. And I think he still offers something, in my opinion. He's the man of the moment. Oh, Bruno Fornaroli. And here we go. Oh, and a bit of a coming together. As is Bayich. Bruno Fornaroli. Maybe it looked like for a second it was going to flare up. And 2 Socceroo teammates. These guys will be sharing the pitch in a matter of weeks over in Qatar for the Asian Cup. And the referee is just having a chat here with Fornaroli and Bayich. Ruben says Bayich has experience and can do a job still for us. Yeah, and I like the balance, especially in the Socceroos lineup, to have Geordie Boss, who's a guy who's still very young with immense potential. And, he's learning off someone like Aziz Bayich, who has played at, a good level across Europe, in Turkey and Scotland. And, of course, plenty of experience in the A-League as well. Good to see Andy here, back in Melbourne victory to grab the win. That's right, Spencer. Great to see the passion. Of course, plenty of Jamie McLaren as well. Another one of those guys who pretty regular in the Socceroo squads recently, but misses out in the squad this time around. Tiago Arslan driving forward here for City. 4 minutes in. Arslan strikes, and that's going to drift wide. First shot of the evening comes after 4 minutes of play. Tiago Arslan. I like Arslan, man. I do. It's a shame that his team overall aren't necessarily playing at the top of their game this season so far, but Arslan's been good, man. Love watching him play. He fantastic dribbler. He's shown some fantastic dribbling abilities already this season. His passing, his distribution. He's already grabbed a few goals this season. El Marco in the chat. How's it going? How's the crowd looking? Looking pretty strong. Certainly not fully, not every single seat is taken in the stadium. We can see those green seats dotted around the stadium. But I tell you what, they were saying something around 20,000, 25,000 maybe. And it should be around that mark, I'd expect. Troy just chiming in on that Bayich discussion as his Bayich is springing forward, slips, and the City attack breaks down. Victory looking to utilize the counter-attack here. It's a wayward pass from Alzani. Troy says Bache is a no-brainer. It reminds me of Cahill when he was retiring to offer experience. That's right. And especially in the Asian Cup, these big tournaments, it's important to have those experienced players. That's for sure. Spencer here says it's a shame that Joel King wasn't able to stay in the Socceroos. Would have been a fresh, young depth in the Socceroos squad. Yeah, a guy who's sort of, I guess, stalled a little bit in his progression. He's returned back to Sydney FC, which isn't a bad thing at all, I don't think. But not necessarily. Look, there's left backs that are just doing better than him at the moment. Hey, Joel King, of course, was involved in the Socceroos World Cup squad last year. So there's already been a few coming together. There's a few heavy challenges in the opening 6 minutes. So far, it's Melbourne City who look pretty keen to get on the attack, control the game, which is quite similar to what we saw last week. Of course, a lot of you guys were here for our very enjoyable watch-along. Last week, we did a little watch-along for the Big Blue Sydney FC Melbourne victory winning 3-0. But Sydney FC, they had 20 shots, just 3 of those on target, and had a good amount of possession as well. No, Victory won't mind this. I think City having possession and then hitting on the counter-attack. Daniel Arzani trying to stream away. He gets dragged down. Daniel Arzani scoring his first victory goal last week in that Big Blue. Very nice strike too, wasn't it? And obviously not enough time for him to sort of build some form to get picked for the Asian Cup squad. And here we go, Victory going to have our first corner of the game. But I tell you what, if Daniel Arzani can keep up some good form this year, grab some more goals this season, he will put himself back into Socceroos contention. He will. Spencer asks, does anyone know Frank Karacic likes playing football anymore? Where is Frank Karacic? How's he going? Frank Karacic. Haven't seen him involved in the Socceroos squads for a little while now. Hey, again, another one of those guys involved in last year's World Cup squad for the Socceroos. First corner of the game, Jackie Brimmer, 8 minutes in. Delivery is a high one. Roderick Miranda can't get anything on it. Jamie Young in goals tonight for Melbourne City. Two experienced daily keepers facing off tonight. Jamie Young for Melbourne City. Paul Izzo at his third A-League club. Paul Izzo spent time at Adelaide, Central Coast Mariners. He's a ball in behind for victory. City able to deal with it. Yeah, pretty much, Jen. Well, yeah. Who asked? Olympics is pretty much like an under-22 tournament. I'm pretty sure it's under-23. Yeah. So it's a big opportunity, and that's what a lot of people are saying about the Socceroos squad. Like, as a number of young players who missed out on that Socceroos Asian Cup squad, we look at Garin Kowal, Garin Kowal, Nesri Irinkunda, Alex Robertson. These guys who will probably be involved in Australia's Olympic team. Of course, Australia still have to qualify, but I think we'll be expected to. Australia need to finish in the make it to the semi-finals of the upcoming under-23 Asian Cup in April if they want to make it through to the Olympics. And that's right. As we continue our discussion here around that Socceroos squad, great to see you guys in the chat. Drop your thoughts in the chat. No one saw Gethin Jones or John Iredale coming. I didn't. Did you guys? Yeah, man. Look, John Iredale is a name who's sort of been floated around. But yeah, I'm surprised to see him given a chance here now. Like, let's come back to that because here comes Victory on the counter-attack. That's going to sail out of play, though. That's where Victory are looking dangerous already so far. 10 minutes in, 0-0 in the Melbourne Derby. John Iredale is a name that's been floated around. He's been given the opportunity here, which is a big call by Graham Arnold. And Gethin Jones, who, no one saw coming. This guy who plays at Bolton Wanderers in the third tier of English football. Plenty of experience. at that level. It's featured for Wales at junior level. Gethin Jones providing some competition for Lewis Miller and Nathaniel Atkinson, a right back. Balhoun. Good to see you here as always. I was surprised no Robertson. Yeah, I mean, we know Alex Robertson has been playing a lot of football at Portsmouth this season. Hey, another one of those guys I think maybe a little bit harsh to miss out. But again, we're talking about those Olympics players, right? Those Olympic squads. And surely you'd think Alex Robertson will be involved in the Olympic squad. Here come Melbourne City down the right flank. Ball comes in. Headed away, only as far as Arslan. Bajic, City, looking good, moving the ball around well. Hamza Saki, short for Yakalish. Tries the sneaky back heel, doesn't work out. City, win back possession. So, Melbourne City, I mean, doing a good job of pinning victory back here. They've only had that one shot so far. That came from Tolga Arslan from long range, 12 minutes in. Can they manufacture some real dangerous opportunities in front of goal? And that's what Sydney FC struggled to do. They struggled to create like really clear-cut opportunities. They had a couple. But this victory defense, I mean, you look at that centre-back pairing for victory, De Silva, Miranda. These are two very experienced players. Good to see Lance here in the chat. Says, Melbourne victory for me, 3-2. Melbourne victory certainly favourites in this one, considering their fantastic form. Spencer, just a moment ago, asked, do you think Izzo should have gotten a call-up? I don't think so. Look, I'm happy with Thomas and Gauci. I think those guys are two of the top goalkeepers in the A-League competition. But I'll tell you what, Izzo's having a good season, isn't he? He's made some fantastic saves already this campaign, and look, I'm sure he's in the conversation. But look, I'm happy with Thomas and Gauci. John Ardell, I know he's in hot form, but didn't think he would be given a shot. Yeah, man. I mean, it's quite rare to see a player just thrown straight into, like an Asian Cup squad, not featuring at all, completely uncapped. Ruben asks, who starts in goal if Ryan is still out? I'd probably go Thomas. Yeah, I would go Lawrence Thomas. I'll tell you what, though, I wouldn't be bothered with either. Like, I'd be happy with either of them starting Gauci or Thomas. I think, both good goalkeepers on the day. But look, if Ryan is fit, if Ryan's good to go, you got to get him in there, obviously. Not only is he Australia's top keeper, but he's the captain of the Australian national team, of course. And Spencer still making his voice heard about Mitch Langreck. So, we got just about quarter of an hour into the Melbourne Derby. Melbourne City 0, Melbourne Victory 0. And there you go. They're showing in the stands. Kevin Muscat is watching this Melbourne Derby. Kevin Muscat. And there you go. The Victory fans applauding in the crowd. Kevin Muscat, former Melbourne Victory player and head coach. Enjoyed some successful times. There you go. We spot him in the live chat as well. Kevy. Super Kev is in the stands. Kevin Muscat recently departing his job in Japan to join Shanghai Port, Chinese club. So, this game, a bit of an arm wrestle at the moment, isn't it? Melbourne Victory doing very good, just keeping their shape, staying strong, staying solid, not giving Melbourne City a lot of gaps and spaces. But look, City do have the players to pry those gaps, to create those gaps, to make it happen. And this is a big game for someone like Tolga Arslan, wearing number 10 for Melbourne City tonight. Long ball over the top here. McLaren, and there's almost a no betting, but it breaks down for Melbourne City. Interesting question. Do you think coaching in Saudi Arabia will become big like coaching in the Prem one day? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, I mean, obviously that league is obviously growing very quickly, and the caliber of players arriving in that league is very high. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, just naturally. Melbourne Victory still barely any possession. What's the possession stats looking like, man? Because City have been dominating at this point. 17 minutes in, according to my broadcast. Here's City. Arslan off the left-hand side, looking to find the pass. Cleared away, only as far as Saki, who will shoot. And similar to that Arslan shot early on in the game, from outside the box, curling, this time the near side. But Melbourne City, man, just starting to really test Melbourne Victory. Arslan a couple times, finding himself in the box. But of course, Victory, I'm sure they won't mind this. They're keeping their shape and doing a good job so far in defense. City pretty quickly back in possession here, near that halfway line. Plenty of quality players on the pitch tonight for both teams. We're talking on a lot already about Tolga Arslan, but Zinedine Machash, who wears number 8 for Melbourne Victory, supporting his star striker Bruno Fornaroli. Machash has been great this season, scored a lovely goal last week against Sydney. On the broadcast, they are showing that City are favouring that left-hand side when moving forward up the pitch. That left flank contains, as is Beige. And Leon Natel, when City do have possession as well, we are seeing Arslan drop into pockets on that left-hand side as well. Ooh, Spencer says, if he's still keen, would you like to see Bielsa coach Australia after Arnold retires? Yeah, for sure. That'd be fun. Bielsa's a fantastic coach, isn't he? City, again, winning the ball hard at the park. Doesn't quite work out once again. Melbourne Victory. What can they do to just get themselves up the pitch a bit more? Defensively solid overall. A couple giveaways of possession. I want to get that out of the game pretty quick. And again, there's another giveaway, this time from Roderick Miranda. And there's a foul on Hamza Saki. So, City free kick in the attacking half. 20 minutes in, and Victory have barely had a sight on goal. Oh, big question. Big question from Spencer here. Current Fornaroli or Prime Berisha? Feel free to drop your thoughts in the live chat on this one, because that's a great question. It's a great question, Spencer. Current Fornaroli or Prime Berisha? I tell you, when Bruno Fornaroli was at Melbourne City, he was just as good as he is now. You're probably going to say as well. General says Berisha. I'd probably go Prime Berisha. I mean, the guy was just incredible on his day. But I'll tell you what, if Fornaroli keeps this up, it's like it's too soon to say Fornaroli. Like, we're still just 8-9 games into the season. But if Fornaroli, if we get to the midway point in the season and Fornaroli is getting close to 20 goals, which is a serious reality. I mean, Fornaroli has a serious chance of breaking the goal scoring record in a single season in the A-League. Spencer Rubin also says Berisha. So yeah, I agree with you guys. I would go Berisha. But I tell you what, Fornaroli has made an incredible start to the season. If he can back it up, this season could go down in history for the Victory striker. Good to see Lando Legend in the chat. Come on, Victory, says Lando. Troy also back in Berisha. He was a beast indeed. G'day, Newy Jets. Good to see you here in the chat. Have you heard the news about the Jets' ownership? I've heard some things floating around. Right, there's some movement around the Jets' ownership situation, which is great. We want that sorted out. Obviously, we want it to happen. Lando is back in his Melbourne Victory to pick up the win tonight, as well as a Bruno hat trick. To tell you what, considering his form, could happen against his former team too. Who do you have winning tonight? I'm back in Melbourne Victory as well, my friend, in the prediction video that we put out midweek. The scoreline I predicted was 4-2 victory. 4-2 victory. And I tell you what, I'm still sticking with that after 22 minutes. A couple of fouls committed here in midfield by Melbourne City, and Victory finally have the chance to spring forward for the first time in a while. Right-hand side. Machash. We know his physicality, his dribbling abilities. This time gets a cross in. Can't find anyone, but it's a dangerous area here. Curtis Good and his fellow City defenders trying to get this one clear. Here comes Traore. Again, it breaks down. Both defenses on top so far after 23 minutes. City looking to go on the counter-attack. That's a great switch for it's Marin Jakalic. And my stream paused for a second there and I missed what happened. There's been a bit of a coming together. My stream literally paused, and then when it resumed, here's the replay. What actually happened here? Jakalic, Miranda in a bit of a wrestle. And Roderick Miranda has gone down holding his neck. And Marin Jakalic has gone down holding his face. Both players wrestling for it. Now, I don't know, man. So Jakalic is going to pick up a yellow card here. Jakalic isn't happy at all with the decision. I didn't see, Jakalic went down holding his face, but I didn't see him get hit in the face. I just saw the elbow go into the neck of Miranda. It wasn't even that forceful as well. We're looking at another replay. Dude, there's not much in it at all. I don't even know if the yellow card for Jakalic is worth it. And Spencer says here, going for the Oscar, I see. Both players, I tell you what, I don't know, man. I mean, they both looked like they were making the most out of it. It was just a physical coming together. They're both, jostling for the ball, and they went down screaming, holding their faces. I mean, let's play the game. Thank you very much, Lando. Merry Christmas to you and to all watching tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying the Christmas period. Troy says that Jakalic clearly went from Miranda. He did look up and he made eye contact for a second, didn't he, Marin Jakalic? He definitely knew Miranda was there. But I'm sure didn't intend to get the elbow close to his face. 25 minutes in, Melbourne City 0. Melbourne Victory 0, but City streaming forward down the left. Leo Natel, the Brazilian. It's a pass that's going to ask a lot of his teammate Arslan. Leo Natel, the Brazilian, yet to have a real impact in this Melbourne City side. Leon Natel really brought into the team to replace the injured Andrew Boot, who's going to miss we'd expect basically the entire season. Person 1201, great to see you here in the chat. What were your thoughts on the TIFO? It looked great. We are Melbourne. And I like how we were talking before. I liked how they incorporated the red in there as well. So, City have earned themselves a free kick in a good position as well. Dude, I'll tell you what keeps happening. Every time I say, oh, hang on, let's come back to that because here's the City free kick and it's decent. Victory. Pretty comfortably deal with it again. Plenty of wrestling for the ball here as is Beaches involved. This has been a very, very physical derby up to this point. It's bubbling nicely. It's bubbling nicely, isn't it? Every time I say, and I'll probably have it again now, every time I say City, I can't say it because my Siri goes off on my phone, on my iPhone, which is hilarious. Bayish with the delivery cleared away. Still on here for City if they can bring it down. McLaren cleared away by Teague. Victory win it. Here comes Alzani, and he's brought down. That has to be a card. Victory player's not happy with it. Professional foul. Tolga Arslan bringing down Daniel Alzani, who has looked lively so far. Newey Jets coming in with an injury report here on a player from the Newcastle Jets, Ren Episcopo. Looks like Ren Episcopo will be out for 3 to 4 weeks with a groin injury. Such a loss. I thought he was great against Perth. Such a creative player too. It's tough to see. He's a guy who's just struggled with injuries so much throughout his career and just can't get any sort of consistent game time, which is a shame, man. It's a shame. So we hope Breno heals up all right. Troy, what do you think Perth's chances are tonight? I think there is an opportunity for Perth to win the game tonight. I think they'll look at MacArthur lost 3-0 to Wellington last week. Look, it's going to take the best performance Perth to get a win, that's for sure. But there is an opportunity. I think especially when Glory are at home, they are a better team, that's for sure. I think there is a chance for them tonight. And they really do need a win. They need to win. They're bottom of the table. Perth winning. Zani cutting inside. Shot on target, but straight to the hands of Jamie Young. So, getting close to the half an hour mark here. Daniel Alzani looking like Victory's most creative outlet. Every time he gets on the ball, he wants to spring forward. Melbourne City have had a good amount of possession. Certainly look up for this one. That's a great turn. And he's left Jake Brimmer for dead. Leon Natel. Great turn. Baich on the left. Delivering. And that's a crucial intervention from Traore. Yakalish regathers. Slowing it down. Talbot to that far post. Izzo plucks it out of the air. And Victory survived that one. As we do tick past the half an hour mark. Still scoreless. Melbourne City. Their intentions are clear. They want to get forward. They want to attack this game. Tony Popovich's side. Melbourne Victory. Happy to let City have the bulk of possession so far. Thank you very much, Newey Jets. Merry Christmas to you as well, mate. Newcastle. We're talking about them a bit earlier tonight, weren't we? Losing 3-1, unfortunately, for the Jets fans to Adelaide United. Jets, a bit of a mixed start to the season, hasn't it been? For them. It's been a pretty similar pattern in this game, hasn't it? City getting forward in their attacking half. looking to create these opportunities. Victory are looking dangerous on the counter. And again, it's going to be a corner. Zinedine Machash bursting forward, earning his team a set piece. Spencer says great skill from Arzani. Person 1201 with another question here. It's a good question too. What's your prediction for the Mariners in the AFC Cup? Look, I mean, hopefully we go as far as possible. But I think there's a good chance we make it through to the zonal final. Quite a unique setup format, I should say, in the AFC Cup. But hey, look, I'd love to see us get out of the zonal final, which could well be against Macarthur FC, that zonal final next year. I think if we can get out of there, that would be a good achievement. And then we're coming up against some real tough opposition from across all of Asia. Arzani, look, he keeps wanting to cut inside. This time it breaks down for him. Well, Spencer, chiming back to that Socceroos discussion. Obviously, plenty of talk around the Socceroos at the moment with that squad announcement yesterday. Fair to say Duke starts, Fornaroli as a sub, Iredale as a reserve. Yeah, no, I mean, Cassini Yengi, I guess, is in that conversation as well. But I think you're probably spot on there. We do know Cassini Yengi can play in a wide role as well. So there's some versatility in those options as well. Troy says, I love asking this question. Snack of choice tonight. Strawberry cheesecake. Dude, love it. Strawberry cheesecake. Feel free to drop your snack of choice in the chat. Or beverage. What beverage or snack, or perhaps a Christmas treat. Some people perhaps enjoying an early Christmas celebration today. Very nice weather too here. Of course, I'm broadcasting from the central coast of New South Wales. And I hope you guys are enjoying good weather and good times wherever you're tuning in from. 33 minutes in. Melbourne City 0. Melbourne Victory 0. Good to see Ma in the chat. Here's a pocket of space. Drifting it wide here. Machash has found himself on that right-hand side again. He's cutting in. Traore's up there. Traore goes down. Wins a free kick. I thought maybe the ball had been won cleanly there by Ugarkovic, but referee calling the foul. Oh, man. It didn't look like there was too much contact in it there from Ugarkovic. Maybe just the knee. I'm right with you there, Tan Lees, who says, I hope to see Jacob Farrell put on the green and gold one day. It could happen. Jacob Farrell, play with a lot of potential, left back at Central Coast Mariners. We've seen him feature at Olyroos level. Could he be a future Socceroo? Jake Brimmer, set piece opportunity. Free kick specialist. Delivery is decent. He was going direct. Forces a good save out of Jamie Young. Nama with a good question here. What's your thoughts on Thomas getting chosen for the Asian Cup squad? Do you think Western Sydney Wanderers will struggle? Look, it's a big opportunity. They've got a couple of reserve goalkeepers there. Daniel Margush is still at the club. Gibson has been on the bench for Wanderers in recent games as well, I believe. Look, I don't think they'll struggle too much. It's obviously a loss. I'm not sure if it'll hugely affect them though. We know Wanderers have a very strong defense on the field with Marcelo leading the troops at the back. I think it might be a different situation at Adelaide, who maybe do rely on Joe Gauci at times, hey? And the question is, who do you think will play, Margush or Gibson? Well, Gibson has been has been the guy who's been picked on the bench in recent weeks, isn't he? So it could well be a first A-League start for Gibson. But Daniel Margush is a good option as well. We know Daniel Margush is a guy who has A-League experience at Wanderers and Adelaide. So, I mean, he's a decent option as well. He has played some good games in his A-League career. Melbourne City getting forward once again. Victory once again able to repel it. Damien De Silva, very busy at the back so far tonight for Victory. Victory, dude, they just get back in like they get back in such good numbers. They get so many players behind the ball. Natel off the left, cutting in, delivering. Again, it's cleared away. De Silva again, dude. Really nice partnership forming between De Silva and Miranda, man. Two of the top defenders in the league. Not long till halftime, hey. As it stands, this result, a draw, would not adjust either of these teams' positions on the ladder. Melbourne Victory would retain their place on the top. Sorry, not the top, second top. Wellington Phoenix. Apologies, Phoenix fans. It's a good question, Spencer, here in the chat. What position should each club sign during the transfer window? It's something we like to discuss a lot, isn't it? Well, you got to look at the teams towards the bottom of the ladder, and there's probably a few positions they can strengthen in. I think Perth Glory are really lacking a creative player, perhaps a winger. And there's another former coach in the stands. It's John Van Shipt, who's watching on at Amy Park. We saw Kevin Muscat earlier, John Van Shipt there as well. Great to see the former A-League coaches there. G'day, Xander. Good to see you here. Love the hat. Thank you very much. Of course, got to rep the Christmas hat. That's right, Xander. Just before this game, Sydney FC back on the winners list. Decent win in the end, wasn't it? 4-2. They'll be very happy with that. Sydney FC, 4 goals against Western United. Bit of a coming together here in this one. Arzani, heavy on Bajic. Dude, it was dangerous. It was dangerous from Arzani. He was flying in on Bajic there. Spencer says Arzani off. Andy with a great question. There's plenty of players we could talk about here. Hey, which of the young players have a future for Socceroos? I mean, the excitement is around Nestor and Kunda. I think this is a guy who has a massive future. Would love to see Garen Kowal do well for the Socceroos in future years as well. I think Mo Toure as well, Alex Robertson, Alessandro Ciccati. There's so many, hey. These guys, I mean, the one that I get most excited about is Geordie Boss, who I just think is fantastic, hey. Here's a guy, I think Geordie Boss is the kind of guy who will be like a Socceroos left back for the next decade or so, you know what I mean? City trying to get in behind once again, but Victory repel it yet again. Xander says, again, with the comment on that Sydney FC game where they won 4-2 against Western. Was happy with the scoring, but the defending was still shaky as always. It was. It got a little bit nervy at the end when it was just 3-2 and Western had that disallowed goal. It almost could have ended 3-3 for sure. So it's still an area of the pitch Sydney just need to tighten up a little bit. Hey. Corner. City. Delivery's okay. My stream freezes for a second. City don't score, thankfully. So we are approaching half time here. Melbourne City have created more chances for sure. Leon Attell can't break past Jason Guerrier. Going to do a quick little camera refresh here. No need to apologize at all, Xander. We love talking about the other games from the weekend. Camera's back. We love talking about the other games, man. And of course, Sydney FC fans should be very happy that their team is back to winning ways this weekend. No worries, Sam, who enjoyed an afternoon nap. I'm doing well, Sam. Good to see you here, bro. Spencer's dropped some future Socceroos here in the chat. Love it. Caputo, Waddingham, Botic as strikers. Very nice. Kawoli, Nkunda, Pepion, Robertson, O'Neill, Boss, Suter, Chikati, Atkinson, and Gauchi. Yeah, man. I mean, Spencer, you might have named a future Socceroos lineup there for sure. 2026 World Cup. Here come victory in the box. Machash with the turn. Delightful. Has to go backwards. Arzani. Can't get past Bajic. Aziz Bajic has been very, very busy tonight, hasn't he? On that left flank. Attacking and defending. City. Their turn to counterattack. Can they make the breakthrough here? Yakalish with the delivery. Again, Miranda's there to clear. These clearances, these crosses aren't finding McLaren at the moment. He's not having a lot of touches of the ball. They are struggling to find him at the moment. What can they do? Melbourne City to break past this stubborn victory defense, which has been so solid so far. 44 minutes into this game. Here comes Machash. Coming together with Bajic. That's going to be a fun... Oh, and all of a sudden, it's really starting to blow up now. Oh, no! Oh, no! Dude, Zinedine Machash has just lashed out at Bajic. This is really overheating now. There could be some yellow cards lashed out here to Aziz Bajic. Yellow card to Zinedine Machash. But I tell you what, the VAR could intervene here, and there could be more. Certainly a foul. And something happened. Was it a knee? What happened? What is Aziz Bajic doing there? And then Zinedine Machash has a complete brain fade and just reaches out to his face. It was a bizarre one, though. Like, it wasn't even his face. It was almost like the top of his head. And, I mean, it's terrible acting. I mean, it is. Spencer's spot on here. I mean, Zinedine Machash literally just, like, sort of ruffled is the top of his head, if you like. And Bajic goes flailing, holding his face, which is absolutely not what we want to see in this game, man. It's we have to get it out of the game. And Xander echoes the thoughts there. Bajic, a little bit goofy there. Look, I was initially concerned when I saw the hand from Machash come out to the head of Bajic. It's always concerning. But just a yellow card for both player there. But it was a bit weird too. Beach was on the ground, and like the way it started, Beach was on the ground, and then he looked like he was leaned into the knee of Machash, as if like he wanted the contact. I don't know. That's from the camera angle. That's what it looked like. I could be wrong. So I mean, we've talked about Aziz Beach a lot already tonight. I think he's a fantastic player, and he's a Socceroos left back. Plays with immense passion. But has picked up a yellow card in this instance. But yeah, we definitely do not want to see any diving or acting on the field. But I'll tell you what, that brings us to half time. And you just want to keep an eye on it here in case there's a little bit of a ruckus in the tunnel. These two teams, fierce rivals, but there is no goals to split them. First half, which has been pretty tight, pretty cagey. Melbourne City having good spells of possession, getting forward, but struggling to create clear-cut opportunities. But I tell you what, that first half is bubbling really nicely, man. A couple of incidents there, Yakalish and Miranda. And then at the end there, Beich and Machash. There you go. Sam here, let's do it. Let's talk about some of the other games from this weekend because it's already been a very entertaining weekend so far. Sam here says it was a pretty tough performance by the Jets, as I'm sure most would expect that they would come back with the results, but I wasn't sure as we aren't consistent with the results, and that's where Newcastle is struggling at the moment, isn't it? Just like consistency. This season they've had some good performances and good results. I mean, we think back to a couple of weeks ago when they won 3-0 away to Wellington. Why can't they, put in a performance like that every single week? That's what they're struggling for at the moment. So they're a team that I think still have a lot of promise this season, Newcastle Jets, but consistency, man. Consistency. Hey, let's have a look at the ladder, shall we? This is what it looks like as it stands. Let's talk about it. Wellington Phoenix atop of the table. Even if Melbourne Victory were to win tonight, Victory second place, 17 points, still undefeated as it stands. Wanderers, who have lost 2 games in their last 3, hold their place in third. But if MacArthur win tonight, they will jump up above them. And if the Melbourne Derby results stay the same, MacArthur could jump up into second place with the win away to glory tonight. Brisbane Roar, 2 consecutive losses, sees them sit in 5th place. Adelaide United, they're in 6th after that win against Newcastle last night. Melbourne City, this current score line has them sitting in 7th place, but a win will push them into the top 6. This is a big game here for Melbourne City tonight. Sunshine Coast Mariners, you can see here the last 5 games. This is ladder coming from Google, of course. Last 5 games, Mariners really building some promising form. Undefeated in the last 5, 3 wins from their last 5, and 11 points. They are really starting to show some promising form. Newcastle Jets, we just spoke just a moment ago about that inconsistency. They're in 9th place. Level on points with Sydney FC, who won earlier today. Western United, another loss today, sees them sit second bottom. Perth Glory, any sort of result here, a draw or a win, will see a Perth Glory jump off the bottom of the table. So that's the way the ladder looks as we head into Christmas. It's been an exciting season so far, hasn't it? And I'm sure 2024 will contain plenty of surprises. Got some great comments coming in the chat here. Jacob, good to see you here in the chat as well. Jacob, for those that don't know, is a Brisbane Roar fan. And Jacob with a comment here regarding the player who is in his profile picture. Tom Aldred needs to be replaced. He's becoming a liability. Tom Aldred, I mean, that was a terrible mistake, wasn't it, for that second goal, the Mariners' second goal. As much as I love the guy, of course, Brisbane fans love him. And thank you as well, Marcus. Yes, we will play Griddle in just a moment. Some more comments here. Spencer asks, Sale or Cook? I really like Cook and could see him as a future backup Roos goalie. I agree with this. I agree with you there, Spencer. I think Cameron Cook has a lot of potential for the future. And yeah, man, I would go Cook at the moment. He's in decent form for Perth Glory. Can make a decent save. And Ollie Sale, just yeah, man, he struggled a little bit in his first few games for Glory and has been benched ever since. Sam here with another comment. With that comment, of course, we're talking about Newcastle Jets a moment ago. As we can beat teams like Wellington, then lose against teams that are struggling with form. And they beat us to get back into form. But looking at the ladder, we aren't out of contention. Of course, very early on in the season, but the ladder is starting to take shape. And you wondered just if the ladder will look like this. What will it look like as we get to closer to the end of the campaign? Will it look as it is now? You got some teams at the top there who maybe people didn't expect to be up there. It's been a really impressive campaign for the likes of Wellington, Phoenix, Melbourne Victory have been so impressive as well, haven't they? Person 1201 with an interesting discussion here around the broadcast of the A-League. With the decline in TV viewers for the A-League, are you worried 10 will not see out its contract with the A-League since it's already demoted from 10 to 10 bold? Hey, we hope they honour that contract. I'm sure they will. I'd expect them to. But look, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if Paramount Plus. Like, I was thinking about it the other day, and I would love to hear you guys chime in on this as well. When it comes to broadcasting the A-League, I don't know if like Paramount Plus and Channel 10 is the right place for the A-League. And you see those comments pop up around, people saying that they wish that the A-League was on KO. And I wonder what, I feel like that would be better. Wouldn't it be nice if the A-League was back on, because it used to be, of course. The KO is really popular for Australian sport at the moment. A lot of Australian sport enthusiasts have a KO subscription. You feel like if the A-League was there, I don't know, it'd be interesting. Xander agrees, says bring back Fox or KO. Says Fox Sports A-League was peak. Nama wants Optus Sports. And look, I wouldn't mind that as well. Like, that would be interesting to see that, because we know Optus Sports, of course, broadcast the Premier League and La Liga here in Australia. So that could be interesting. But you know what I mean? Like, it's difficult for just like the general sort of sports fans to watch the A-League because you have to sign up to another place. Like, you go to KO, and KO has, a lot of the major competitions in Australia. You look at the NRL, the AFL. What else have they got? They got like NBL. I'm sure you can watch the Big Bash there as well as a whole bunch of other stuff. And, what does Paramount Plus have in terms of sport? Really just football, isn't it? I'm not sure. Does actually, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Does Paramount Plus have other sports? I wouldn't know. I only watch A-League on it. But yeah, man, it's an interesting discussion. Spencer wants football back on SBS. And Sam, with his thoughts as well, says even if football goes back to SBS, which is a broadcast, I hope they never lose the World Cup broadcasting rights, as this nostalgia waking up to watch the World Cup. Yeah, man. We loved watching. It was great that the World Cup was free to watch, wasn't it, for everyone in Australia? The Men's World Cup last year. That's right, Sam. Yeah, the FA Cup, don't they? Yeah, Paramount Plus have the FA Cup. General says some rugby matches as well. Thanks for that as well, Ruben. Yeah, the FA Cup. But that's really it. Hey, there's not a lot of incentive for general sports fans. Like, I know you guys, the A-League hardcores will obviously be signing up to Paramount Plus. But like general sports fans will like look at Paramount Plus and be like, oh, what do they got? A-League, FA Cup, I'll leave that one out. And there's a lot of general sports fans that I'm sure are missing out on watching A-League. Nama says, what about Stan Sports? Yeah. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't have a Stan Sports subscription. I don't subscribe to Stan. I know they have UEFA Champions League. And I think they do rugby as well. Hey. But yeah, man. Xander says Optus would be good for Aussies because most people here watch the APL, not the A-League, but I think Optus would be best, however. KO is overall probably the best. Yeah, I think like combining, if you can have English Premier League and A-League in one place, I think that'd be nice. I think that'd be good. Because that's, as you say there, Xander, there's a lot of people in Australia who watch the English Premier League. And it would be nice to sort of like join the two, during sort of the day, the afternoon, and prime time here in Australia, you can watch the A-League, and then that leads into watching the Premier League, late into the night. So, plenty of discussions around, of course, the situation with A-League broadcasting. But it's time for some Griddle, ladies and gentlemen. For those that don't know, Griddle is an A-League puzzle game from the lovely folks over at Ultimate A-League. And it's a chance for us to test our A-League knowledge. And we've had some mixed results in recent weeks. We're just pulling up Griddle now as we speak. Have you played Griddle today? Let me know in the chat. How'd you go? Because we've been a bit hit and miss lately, but it's a chance to test the A-League knowledge live on stream, which is always good fun. And it's great to have a game like this, man. We don't have like many games like this, so let's do it. Griddle time. Check it out here. So we are playing this live. Melbourne City, Sydney FC, Macarthur SC, Sydney Coast Mariners. There are clubs involved. We're looking for players, goalkeepers who have 10 plus clean sheets. Should be easy enough, you'd imagine. And players who have over 50% win percentage, which that's a fascinating statistic. And that's I don't think there'll be too many players in that vicinity. Okay, let's jump into it, hey? Let's jump into this Griddle. Of course, the second half of the Melbourne Derby is just moments away. So, goalkeepers with 10 plus clean sheets. The keeper who has the most clean sheets in A-League history as of a couple of weeks ago, Stani Vukovic, 39. Am I right there? 39? Yeah. 10 plus clean sheets for Melbourne City. We can definitely go Tom Glover there. I'm sure he would have collected many clean sheets over his City career. 26. Easy. Now, let's do this one. Try and complete this left column. We're looking for a goalkeeper who kept 10 plus clean sheets with a 50% plus win percentage. Okay, let's think about some of our top goalkeepers in A-League history. Eugene Galakovic, Michael Theo. Maybe we could think of a goalkeeper who maybe didn't play too many games, because the win percentage, that would be tricky. I want to go Michael Theo. I'll tell you what, actually, someone who's coming to mind now who was pretty successful during his time is Clint Bolton. Clint Bolton, who was at Sydney FC in those early years. I'm vibing Clint Bolton here. Let's see what Griddle has to say. Doesn't like it. Clint Bolton, he did keep 52 clean sheets, but had a win percentage of 37.99%. Okay. I'm interested to see what answers show up there for that one. Let's smash it out. What else we got here? Oh boy, 50% plus win percentage for Sydney FC. See, here's the thing, right? You could go for a player who's played like 3 games, and if they've won like 2 out of 3 games, that would count, right? So let's think of like a Sydney player who's only played like a few games during a successful period for them. Dwight York? I don't know, man. It's a tricky one. Oh, dude. Dang. Okay, this will be tricky. 50 plus win percentage for Macarthur FC. Macarthur were pretty successful in their inaugural season. Tell you what, dude. This is probably a really silly guess. I'm going to go Michael Roos. He didn't play too many games for the Bulls, but they were very successful in that first year. Oh, that was a terrible guess. Oh gosh. Okay, that really screwed me around, man. let's wrap it up, shall we? Melbourne City and Sydney FC. There's probably a billion plays we can go for here. Bratton. Melbourne City and Bulls. Borges Rodriguez, eh? Circus Mariners and Sydney FC. Danny De Silva. These are the easy ones. The easy ones for me are the ones the players who have played for two clubs. Mariners and MacArthur FC. McGing. Jakey. Okay, let's have a look at some of the answers that we missed out on here. Because, yeah, we really struggled. Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, no. Michael Theo was one of the keepers I was thinking of as well for their hey. Oh, dude, Jaman. Some of you guys have mentioned Jaman for that middle row. Valerie Jaman, yeah, man, for sure. Chuckmate says Redmayne, Teague, and Derbyshire for that middle row. Damn, man, I really screwed up there. Anyway, pretty poor round of griddle. That middle row really knocked me out. Yeah, you're right. Lockie needs griddle knowledge for Christmas. Yeah, man. Hey, perfect timing because the second half is set to get underway here in the Melbourne Derby. Appreciate you guys joining me here for this live watch along, and we have kickoff. Second half. Who will reign supreme in this derby? First Melbourne Derby of the season. Any changes? Doesn't look like it. Early set piece opportunity for Melbourne City, who are technically the home team tonight. Thaigo Arslan to deliver. Let's get some water. Let's get some hydration. Drop your beverage of choice or meal of choice, snack of choice in the chat. What snack are you enjoying for tonight's A-League football? Let me know. We always love hearing the various foods that you guys are enjoying, man. Troy earlier on was enjoying some strawberry cheesecake. Can't say I've ever tried strawberry cheesecake, man. Hey, no worries, Xander, man. I hope work goes okay. An early one tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Thanks for tuning in as always, mate. And good on you guys, Sydney FC, for picking up that win tonight. Butter chicken, very nice, sporty. Ruben had the lasagna, love it. Chuck Meats, Lockie, thoughts on Sydney's win against Western United? Good win in the end, wasn't it? I didn't catch the entire game. I've still got to catch the replay, but I caught most of the second half. Does Melbourne Victory have a great chance here? Corner. Great for Sydney FC to get a big win like that, man. To bounce back after a couple of losses. Very important. Joe Lolly was very good, wasn't he, from what I saw? Tuna, love it. Can't go wrong with some tuna. Sam dropping his griddle answers here. Thomas Sorensen is a good shout as well for goalkeeper with City goalkeeper with clean sheets. Let's come back to that. Victory's corner. Play goes down. Teague hits it. Oh, what a save! Dude, what an effort from Ryan Teague. He has been the quiet achiever in this Melbourne Victory lineup. Just one goal so far this season, I'm pretty sure, for Ryan Teague. But, oh my gosh, Jamie Young, it was flying through a body of players. And he saw it late. You can just tell from the reaction there from Jamie Young. He saw it late and quickly had to flap up to grab it. Sharks got the steak. Love it. So, 48 minutes have ticked past in this contest. Victory fans making plenty of noise. City playing it out from the back. A little bit of danger there. Melbourne Victory, look, I'm sure Tony Popovich will be keen to see his side get on the ball a bit more, get up to some more dangerous areas of the pitch. They had a couple chances, Victory. But it felt like City were in control just a little bit more in that first half, hey? Guerrier. Can't get on the end of the 1-2. City will win the first corner of this second half for them. As is Beige, man. He's so industrious, such a hard-working player. It's going to be Hamza Saki to deliver for Melbourne City. Defenders are up for this one. Curtis Good, Soprine providing the height. Delivery's okay. Bouncing around. Collision between two Victory players, and surely play will be stopped here. Because there's a Victory player who's just copped it. Who was it? Two Victory players going for that ball. It was Machash and Geria. Machash came off a little bit sore. So Machash currently being checked out. Obviously want to rule out any concussion here, of course. Oh, I love it. Spencer says, imagine an all-star Melbourne Derby where club legends in their prime are available. Dude, wow. That'd be fun. Actually, I tell you what, that'd be a fun like to pick those teams, you know what I mean? You got plenty of players there who you could pick for both sides. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. Oh, Chuck Meat. Lockie, please name most overrated A-League player and underrated A-League player. I would say Brillante and Holman. Yeah, two fair shouts. I think Brillante is okay. I don't know if he's overrated. Who's an overrated player? An overrated player. No one's really coming to mind for that. I'm sure there's plenty of underrated players. I think Alex Rufer is having a great season at Wellington this year, man. He's a little bit underrated. Scott Wooten at the back for Wellington. Underrated players. Holman's a good shout as well. Holman's pretty underrated. I think Matt Miller's pretty underrated too. Matt Miller's been grabbing the goals for MacArthur this season as well. City on the front foot. Arslan goes wide to Natel, who will shoot from range, always rising. Again, dude, Leon Natel, like he's a guy who he's shown us in his time at Melbourne City so far that he's got the pace. Just not coming together for him, as they show on the broadcast. The two former head coaches, Kevin Muscat, we knew was at the game. He was shown previously, and Patrick Kisnorbo is there once again as well. He was there last week, wasn't he, Patty Kisnorbo? So there's a number of former players and coaches in the stands for this one, which is great to see. Victory, go long down the right. Guerrier in the box. Maintains possession, loses out now to Bajic. Aziz Bajic with the 1-2. This is brilliant from Aziz Bajic. City on the counter. The early cross just didn't work out at all. Spencer chiming in with that underrated, overrated discussion. Overrated Piscopo, underrated Stefan Kolikovsky. Kolikovsky's having a decent season at Glory, isn't he? Oh, here come Melbourne Victory. Great chance. So it's for a roll league. And the follow-up is over the bar. Great opportunity. And look at Jamie Young sprinting out to yell at his teammates. What a chance for Victory there. Bruno Fornaroli almost in behind. And Daniel Arzani. His follow-up goes wide. As a huge opportunity for Arzani, man. Had to keep that shot down. I think with Piscopo, it's tricky because he's just always injured. You know what I mean? Like, as we're saying before, he's picked up another injury last night. So that's the thing with Piscopo, I guess. Sam says, I don't agree, but there's only one overrated. I usually say it's the player who the commentators talk about a lot. And then it's annoying, like Bruno Nestori or J-Mac. He's a shot from T, goes wide. Noah, tuning back in again. Anything exciting happen? Well, a couple flare-ups, some players getting a little bit physical. And we're just in recent moments there, Noah. You tuned in at the right time. Victory. Couple decent shots. They went wide. Daniel Arzani had a great chance. He had basically an open goal. Shot stats. Now that's interesting. Melbourne City 4 shots, Victory 9, according to the broadcast. So it's Victory who are indeed creating those chances, the better quality chances too. Spencer says, name a player who has had a massive hype but ended up being such a letdown. Spencer says, for me, Economides. Look, I think he's a great player, but Danny De Silva, I think he made his debut at 15. And he went over to Roma, didn't he? There was so much hype around Danny De Silva. And again, I think he's actually a great player when he's fit. He's been struggling with injuries a bit lately. He had a massive potential, didn't he, Danny De Silva? Another shot for Victory. And again, it's not too far wide. This time from Brimmer. So in just the last few minutes, Victory have had 3 good shots. A couple of them coming from long range, but they're really testing Melbourne City now. Nice work from Brimmer. Definitely there, Sam. Yeah, two players, marquee players who really didn't work out in the A League in Daniel Sturridge and Nani. And of course, injuries really made things difficult for them. And that's right, Lance, who says, I thought this game would have a few goals. Not happening yet, indeed. As they're showing on the broadcast, a few fireworks going off next door. Wonder if that's what's going on there. We do know that there is a number of sporting complexes nearby Amy Park. Of course, what do you call it? Like the Australian Open? Is there a name for that whole area? I know that there's like Rod Laver Arena and stuff like that. But you got the tennis complex nearby, as well as the MCG, of course. He's Victory on the attack. Traore on the left, delivering, headed back inside, but Young will claim. Noah asked the question, who do you think will be the first to score? At this rate, Melbourne Victory, my friend. Melbourne Victory are really starting to push in the second half, but here comes City on the counter-attack. Down the left, Leonatel. Dribbling into the box. And it breaks down again. And, dude, it's that guy again. Damien De Silva. What a game he's having. So, we are approaching the hour mark, ladies and gentlemen, in this Melbourne Derby. Fiercely contested match. It's really starting to open up too, as well. The chances are coming a lot quicker. Foul in the middle of the park from Miranda will earn him a yellow card. This is you get the sense in this game as well that I feel like when the first goal scored, this game's going to open right up, and there could be a whole bunch of goals to follow. It's been a really fascinating contest. Victory starting to take the upper hand in the second half. They've been bit more aggressive in the second half. They know here Melbourne Victory, a win will take them just a point behind ladder leaders Wellington Phoenix. Melbourne City, a win they'll be desperate for a win too as well, because a win will lift them into the top 6, which is where they expect to be. Melbourne City, a club that expect a lot. Top 6 is a bare minimum. Victory, again, pressing high. Curtis Good able to clear. Only as far as Miranda. Here come Victory. Azani, what can he do against his former team? Daniel Azani made his A-League debut at Melbourne City, now at Victory. Also spent a season at MacArthur FC. Chuckmate, again, we're continuing this conversation around players who maybe didn't fulfill their potential. Chuckmate says Terry Antonis was a massive letdown 10 plus years ago. He nearly signed for Marseille as a youngster, but he ended up being mid. I think he had a decent A-League career. Spent time at Melbourne Victory, Sydney FC. Of course, now at Melbourne City on the bench tonight, Terry Antonis. One of the more experienced campaigners. That's right, Noah. Yeah, on the goals thing, when a goal scored, yeah. When it comes to the A-League, it seems like once a goal is scored, then 12 more come up. And we know that you look at these lineup graphics, man, on the pitch. There's goal scorers everywhere, dude. I mean, Bruno Fornaroli, Jeremy McLaren, 2 of the league's top attacking players in front of goal. So dangerous. City have looked for this long ball on a couple occasions. Doesn't work out this time. Yeah, Spencer. I just wonder when we'll see these substitutes introduced as well. Surely soon. We do pass the hour mark now. 61 minutes played. 0-0. City with a spell of possession here. Forward from Ugarkovic. Yakalish. Talbot out wide. City have done a lot of this tonight, just knocking the ball around. It's really similar to the Big Blue last week. Sydney were doing a similar thing last week, if you remember. Just knocking the ball around. But unable to really penetrate and create a promising opportunity. Great to see on the broadcast. They're promoting that next game there. Straight after this one, Perth Glory, MacArthur FC. 2 teams who'll be eager to get back to winning ways. Glory, bottom of the ladder. We do know both teams have good options off the bench. Arslan lobs it long for Yakalish. Yakalish taking it on. Good run. And that's a good shot. Oh, they're asking for the handball. This is a huge moment here. Yakalish with a dribble. And the defender falling. I think it was Traore. So now City players were adamant with the handball. Meanwhile, Melbourne Victory coming forward. Machash, this is a great run. Could Victory hit them? And it's been played behind for a corner, but you can see here the City players asking for a penalty. Joshy here says, enjoying the sound of the Victory fans, mate. Unfortunately, I'm not listening to the game audio, but I'm sure they're making plenty of noise. Hey, we've just seen that handball incident, and Traore definitely handles the ball. I think it's outside. It definitely appeared to be outside the box. In which case, VAR cannot intervene. Of course. But is the referee being called over anyway? Is this a VAR check? Or is the referee going to book an official here, perhaps? In fact. And what's happening here? The referee is booking one of the City. Was it Scotty Jamieson? The Scott Jamieson, of course, we know is a very passionate figure. He is one of the assistant coaches at Melbourne City. Has just been booked. Indeed, Joshy, it's been a very cagey game. Need a breakthrough indeed. And could we find it here? Victory with a corner. Guria's shot is blocked. Referee blows the whistle. City get a free kick. So, we're finally going to have the first sub of the game. We were wondering when it was going to come. And it will come for Melbourne Victory. Ben Falami. A little bit quiet in this game, Falami. Not too much going forward for him. And Nishan Velupale, very handy replacement. Nishan Velupale, the kind of guy who can create a chance, take on a player. Very talented young player. Nishan Velupale has been involved in recent Oldie squads for Australia, of course. Keep an eye on Nishan Velupale off that left-hand side for Melbourne Victory. Those two players have sort of been interchanging in the starting lineup, haven't they, throughout the season? Nishan Velupale, Ben Falami, two promising young wingers. It wasn't too long ago when Ben Falami was in fact Socceroo. Made his Socceroos debut alongside a certain Bruno Fornaroli back in March last year against Japan. "66 minutes of football have been played in Melbourne in front of a very strong turnout at Amy Park. Here's our updated lineup. Nishan Velupale onto that left wing. No worries, my friend. Which team do you support?" And if I can point to the jersey behind me, I would take it down, but it's hanging up very nicely there. Central Coast Mariners, my friend. Been a Mariners fan since day one. But good to see you here, Noah. Glad to have you tuning in, mate. Sam says there's been an Instagram comment that's made my day. The context, the Knicks beat the Wanderers, and a guy asked why Alex Paulson wasn't in the Australian squad over Thomas. And Western Sydney Wanderers themselves replied, "Hey, we'd love to have Alex Paulson in the Socceroos team." New Zealand very lucky to have a talented goalkeeper in Alex Paulson, of course. This is a fascinating question. What's the best and worst A-League badges? Best ones are Sydney FC, Melbourne Victory, West of Wellington Phoenix, Melbourne City, and Newcastle Jets. Interesting question, my friend. Best and worst badges. I actually really like Melbourne Victory's badge. I do. I do like Wellington Phoenix's badge. I do. Some of the badges that don't really gravitate for me, I'm not the biggest fan of. Adelaide United. I think maybe they could do a bit of a rebrand there. Melbourne City getting in behind almost. Play goes down to the box. Referee not interested. City still on the attack. Chuck, mate, we're going to come back to that discussion. But City are on the attack here. Traore has to head away. Yakalish will regather. Talbot in the box. Nice turn from Talbot. Back to Yakalish. Straight into Traore, who goes down. Play on. Yakalish delivers to no one. And Traore's still down here. Surely play has to be stopped because Traore is clearly hurt here. Play will be stopped. It's a great discussion here, Chuck Meat. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Adelaide's badge, to be honest. But honestly, like I'm looking at them now, actually, on the ladder end. Most of them I really like, honestly. So Adelaide's one I think is this. I don't know. It's not to my taste. Spencer says I miss the old Brisbane logo. Raw's is badge is a bit average. Yeah, they could do something more interesting there. We do know Raw did update their badge not that long ago, did they? Troy are currently being assessed by the doctors and physios on the field right now. Of course, don't want to make sure there's no concussion. We hope Adami is okay. I did see that. Yeah. With Mark Renan. Yeah. He shouted a bunch of Phoenix fans at a local pub. I did see that on the socials today. I do certainly prefer Sydney's new badge compared to the one they previously had. Yes. Jimbo, good to see you here, man. Merry Christmas to you too. Hope everyone enjoys a safe and happy Christmas time. So Adama Traore, he's leaving the pitch and he's having a bit of a conversation with Marin Jakalic here. Not sure what's going on. Perth Glory badge. What do I think of the Perth Glory badge? I think it's okay. I think it's all right. Not my favorite, but it's all right. 71 minutes played. Now, Traore's very unhappy here. I'm not sure what's going on. Traore's taken a seat on the bench and he's not happy with the doctor. And I think it's because, I'm assuming it's because he's about to be substituted off the pitch. Adama Traore, who's been good tonight at left back for victory, looks set to be substituted off and he doesn't look too happy about it. Pretty keen to play on. Adama Traore shaking his head, not happy. But he's going to be replaced by a fantastic young left back who's been good this season so far in the limited appearance that he has had. It's Franco Lino. Franco Lino has spent many years in the Melbourne Victory Academy. He's on the pitch now on that left back position. Already getting himself involved. Here come Melbourne City with a counter-attack. It's Natel who's in behind. Leo Natel, can he find the finish? Again, it's not there. Natel. He's had a couple real good moments, hasn't he? Bursting forward down that left wing. It's just not working out tonight for Leo Natel when it comes to that final product. That finish. The Brazilian winger. Just struggling a little bit. So, Melbourne City still yet to make their first substitution of the game, hey? Through the middle of the pitch now. Talbot out on the right. City. Here they come again. Corner for Melbourne City. Dude, Lenatel. What a chance. They're showing that replay of that Lenatel chance a moment ago. And it so easily could have been a goal. Just the touch just let him down. It was a bit too heavy for him. Victory 2 substitutions so far. City yet to make an alteration to their lineup. Not continuing the Melbourne Victory career mode just yet. It was very fun to do that one a couple months ago. Keen to get back into the career mode stuff soon, that's for sure. City's corner. Sails wide at the near post. So 74 minutes played now, and still we look for our first goal of the game. Melbourne City 0, Melbourne Victory 0. This is a match that's been pretty finely balanced, you get to say. I think Victory have probably had more shots at this stage. Melbourne City, funnily enough, a lot of the attacks from Melbourne City have come on the counter-attack in this half, which is stark contrast from that first half. Melbourne Victory own a free kick here. Signing Ali Karim on Gethin Jones wouldn't be a bad signing, eh? Yeah, man, might have to look into Gethin Jones. I don't know what is he rated in AFC. I wonder. Melbourne City finally going to make their first change of the game, and it's going to come in the front line, right wing, Marin Yakalish, who has been pretty heavily involved tonight, but it hasn't quite worked out for him. Ben Mazzio is on, the young star. What a moment for him in the Melbourne Derby. Scored his first A-League goal a few weeks ago away to Newcastle Jets. He'll be playing on the flank for Melbourne City. And I'll tell you what, dude, what a moment it would be. I'm just saying, don't want to jinx it or anything. Ben Mazzio, imagine if he scored here on debut. Sorry, not on it is first Melbourne Derby appearance, I should say. Has already made a few appearances so far this season. Ben Mazzio. Victory preparing a couple more changes. So the fresh legs are arriving thick and fast as Melbourne Victory have another corner here. Azani's delivery is decent. City able to get it clear. Where's this goal going to come from? Victory changes being made now. Double change for them. Eli Adams, Connor Chapman. Chapman replacing Gary at right back. Decent option to bring off the bench. Connor Chapman, versatile, defensive player. Daniel Azani showed a couple flashes of quality in that first half, as well as the second. Had a great chance to score in the second half. He missed an open goal. Sent it over the bar. He's being replaced by young star, Eli Adams, who's formerly Brisbane Roar, limited game time at Melbourne Victory. He's had to settle for some minutes off the bench here and there. But that'll mean a fresh right-hand side there for Melbourne Victory. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always for the live watch-alongs. Will we have a goal here, Arslan? Nicely done. What a challenge, dude. Who was that? Was that De Silva again? I mean, talk about player of the match. This Victory defense has been immense. There's our updated lineups on the screen. Chapman and Adams on that right-hand side for Victory. Ben Mazzio coming off that right wing for the home team tonight, Melbourne City. Physical game, competitive game. Choice is very close game. It is indeed. And that's right. The famous Just Defend Chapman is on the pitch. That's right. You're right there, Sam. We were talking about it a bit earlier too. Hey, when the squad was announced, the Soccer squad, how many knew who Gethin Jones was? That's right. I wasn't familiar with him. right back from Bolton Wanderers. Here comes Connor Chapman. His shot sails well over the bar there. Connor Chapman, not typically a goal scorer, but went for it there, didn't he? Didn't quite work out. Where is Bruno? Asks Marcus. Well, he is on the pitch, but he has been relatively quiet. We haven't seen him too much tonight. It hasn't really been the game for Bruno just yet. A game that a lot of you guys as well, and myself included, pre-game, expected goals from this contest. We haven't had it. It's been defenses who've been on top, hey? That is an interesting idea, Spencer. I do like that. That is an interesting idea. We are entering the final 10 minutes of this Melbourne Derby. And again, it is finally balanced. 0-0. Victory creating more shots. City has struggled to create those clear-cut opportunities. It just hasn't come for them tonight. And the main takeaway from this game so far is just this remarkable defensive performance from Melbourne Victory. They've just been so strong and organised. But here comes Victory now. Eli Adams on the ball. Can't find his teammate. Lucas, good to see you here, mate. Comment on the Sydney FC game. Sydney FC won 4-2 against West United earlier today. Patrick Wood should have came way earlier. He's a player I think deserves to be getting more game time at Sydney FC, man. Hey, but yeah, Patrick Wood. I think he should consider joining another A-League club just to get some game time, you know. No worries, William. Good to see you here. Good to see you here, man. Joining the stream late. Finally, got to get to a Mariners game last night. First time since the FFA Cup run when we lost to Adelaide in the semis. Goodness me, William. I'm trying to remember when that was. I think I recall that occasion, which was at home for the Mariners, I recall. That would have been like 2018 or something, right? Wow, William. Hope you're doing well, man. No worries, Sam. Thank you very much, my friend. Enjoy your Christmas, dude. Happy New Year to you as well. Spencer says Brisbane would have Pat Wood. That'd be a decent signing. Provide some competition for Tom Waddingham up top. Melbourne City, 82 minutes have gone. They're looking for this goal, but Victory are looking a bit more dangerous in front of goal in this second half. We are doing our A-League round recap tomorrow. Letting you guys know, we usually do it on Monday evening. Of course, this Monday's Christmas, so we are doing it a bit earlier this weekend on a Sunday morning. The final game of the round wraps up later tonight. So join us tomorrow. We're going to be live at 11 a.m. at Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Ugarkovic blasts over the bar. Another good opportunity. Goes begging. Damn, man. Oh, boy. Spencer says even a Dylan Wenzel Hall's return wouldn't be bad. Yeah. Back at Brisbane. Tell you what, he's just not getting a look in at the moment at Mariners, which is fair enough. I mean, there's strikers ahead of him that are just playing really well right now. So yeah, maybe Dylan Wenzel Halls might have to look elsewhere for game time. That's right. Yeah, we're rocking the Santa hat. To be fair, these days we do see plenty of Santa hats around during this season. So that's why it probably blended in for you there, Sam. But yeah, of course, we're going to rock the Santa hat. City change coming here. It's coming from Melbourne City. Alessandro Lapane scored late last week for Melbourne City against Central Coast Mariners, grabbing that late equaliser. He's coming on to replace Steven Ugarkovic. So Lapane will slot into that midfield area. More of an attack-minded midfielder compared to Ugarkovic. So it's almost a bit of an aggressive change there by Aurelio Vidma to bring on Lapane. Alessandro Lapane, former Western Sydney Wanderers player. Victory. Yet another corner here. Delivery's okay. Great headed away. Great header away. I think it was Curtis Good there. Very well done. Eli Adams showing good strength, and Victory trying to keep this attack going. Five minutes before injury time. Could this end in a stalemate? Who will make the breakthrough? Melbourne Victory, Melbourne City. Fierce rivals. Ball inside for Victory. Franco Lino regathers it. Fornaroli on the wing. Lino wrestling with Talbot as he committed the foul there. Play on. City, can they break forward? Lapane brought... That's a dangerous challenge from... I think it was Fornaroli and Lapane from behind. Victory set to make their final two changes here. Connor Meady's coming on, as is Lee Broxham. Lee Broxham made his first appearance of the season last week. Machash is coming off for Economides. Can Chris Economides find the winner tonight? And it's Ryan Teague who's getting a well-earned rest tonight. Ryan Teague's been very solid this season for Victory. Lee Broxham, a man who has played in many Melbourne derbies over the last decade or so. Good player to bring on just for the final stages, just to steady the ship there in midfield. So Victory have emptied their bench. "87 minutes played. City 0, Victory 0. You get the sense, man, that this could well end at 0-0 draw. This goal just doesn't look like it's coming. Defense is on top tonight, especially that Victory defense. De Silva, Miranda at the back. Fantastic. We had a few stoppages in this half. Adama Traore was taken off after a concussion test. Hopefully he's okay. Long ball here from Cyprian. Finds Talbot, but Lino clears it out. But Talbot has gone down in some agony. What has happened here? Perhaps was clipped in that challenge. Ooh. So a bit of a high. I mean, the boot of Franco Lino scraping the arm of Callum Talbot. Melbourne City. Chance to get him behind here. Lapane can't get the delivery in, but he's still in possession. Mazzio hangs it up. McLaren can't get to it. The follow-up from BH. There it is. Huge opportunity for City. Oh, it's in. They've got it. Jamie McLaren. Late drama. Melbourne City take the lead. But no, it won't count. It won't count. Celebrations were going on for a while before the players realized. Oh my goodness. Was it a foul? Was it offside? Late drama. Will VAR have to intervene? Oh my gosh, what happened there, dude? Does anyone know what happened? I didn't see anything wrong. Ball was fired in. Was there a foul on Broxham? That's what it looks like. McLaren pulling down lead Broxham. No complaints there, I think. No complaints. But oh my goodness, what a moment. City thought they had it. And that might be their last opportunity of the game. We're set to enter injury time here. How much will we have? I'm going to say 5 minutes. I'm going to say 5 minutes. We haven't had too many stoppages, to be fair. There you go. It is 5 minutes. Bang on. Jamie McLaren, who has barely had a sniff tonight, man. He's how many times has McLaren touched the ball tonight? Seriously. You could count it on one hand. What an opportunity, dude. But certainly fouled Broxham there. 5 minutes of injury time. Melbourne City again looking to break forward with victory. I mean, it would be so heartbreaking for victory to concede here. They've been so good defensively. Lapane with a good turn, though. Natel with a strike. Oh, what a save! Elaine Natel has been one of the most dangerous outlets tonight for City. Got the strike on target this time. That's a good save, man. That's a good save from Izzo down to his left. First time strike from the Brazilian winger. Corner for Melbourne City. It's his second save of the game, Paul Izzo. Corner's good. Far post. Cleared away. Can victory counter? Oh, dude, it's on for them if they can. Talbot does well, just sends it long. So, two minutes of the entry time have been played. 5 minutes total added on. 3 minutes left for either of these sides to break the deadlock. It's been such a tightly contested match. No one has been able to make the breakthrough. Can City do it here? It comes into the box from Talbot. It's blocked again. Incredible. Victory have just been impenetrable. And they're going to go on the counter-attack. Eli Adams surely brought down there. No, referee says no. That's bewildering. Looked like a blatant foul on Adams. He was surrounded by 3 players. Victory. Fornaroli's on the left. Can't find a teammate. Bit of a quiet night tonight as well for Bruno Fornaroli, the man in form, the Socceroo Bruno. Pretty incredible that this game is set to finish 0-0. The chances have come, especially in the second half, man. Both teams with opportunities. Melbourne victory. Into the feet of Fornaroli. Brimmer. Here they are on the right. 2 minutes to go. Crucial stages here. Victory winner on the halfway line, Economides. Surely winning the throw in there with a minute and a half to go. Could this be the last chance for victory? They've got it at the right end of the pitch. Troy says Natel can hit a ball. Yeah, man. Perfect first-time contact. And I forced a good save. And the shot doesn't work out. Miranda. Roderick Miranda with a minute left. Goes from long range. He's been fantastic in defence tonight, Roderick Miranda, Portuguese centre-back, the captain of this victory team. Poor decision there to go for the strike when he had more dangerous attacking options ahead of him. A stalemate in the Melbourne Derby, one of the most fiercely contested rivalries in A-League football. And no one has been able to find the winner tonight. One final chance perhaps for victory. We still play on. That'll surely be full time now as we tick past the 5 minutes of added time. Connor Chapman has gone down holding his head. But it doesn't matter. Hopefully Connor Chapman is all right. But the football match ends Melbourne City 0, Melbourne victory 0. Melbourne City thought they had it at the end there when Jamie McLaren put the ball in the back of the net. But I think the right call was made from the referee. Certainly a foul on Lee Broxham, who was dragged down, leading up to that goal. 0-0. What do we make of it? Joshi says, this is nervy. Why do we put Economides on? And that's a perfect point that you make there, Noah. Melbourne victory remain undefeated. Spot on. Spot on. And let's have a look at the ladder. This is the live ladder. One game left to play in the round. Melbourne victory maintain their place in second on the ladder with this draw. Melbourne City, they will not jump up into the top 6. They sit in 7th place on the ladder there. You can see Melbourne City now after 9 games so far this season, 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses for Melbourne City. Look, they'll take the point against a good Melbourne victory team. But Melbourne victory still looking in a very good position. 4 wins, 5 draws now for victory. No team in the competition has more draws this season than Melbourne victory. But another clean sheet. And still remain undefeated, as Noah mentions. Joshi says, I think it was the right call too. Broxham was dragged down. Yeah, it definitely looked like it. Don't think there was any question about that. I can't see anyone contesting that sort of decision. Certainly looked like a foul on Lee Broxham. So look, it's a fascinating setup when you look at the ladder, man. It's pretty tight across that top 6. Got 2 teams there on 15 points. Of course, MacArthur still to play tonight. That's the game. Game's coming up in about half an hour or so. 45 minutes. MacArthur FC are away to Perth Glory tonight. Glory. A result for them will lift them off the foot of the table. Join us tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be doing our A-League round recap live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Christmas Eve stream. So come join us for that one as we discuss all the action. We usually do our Monday evening stream. But of course, Monday evening, we're Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy your Christmas, of course. And have a safe and happy time. But Christmas Eve, tomorrow morning, join us for the round recap. We'd love to get your thoughts, not just on the Melbourne Derby, but on all 6 games from this round. Love joining the conversation with you guys, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out if you want to support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And of course, we'll be live next Saturday for a live watch along of the Saturday Night Primetime fixture. Which let's double check. What fixture is that? Quick look ahead to next week as we head into the new year. Melbourne City next week have Brisbane Roar. And then Sydney FC will be hosting Wellington Phoenix. That'll be a tough fixture for Sydney. Wellington are flying at the moment, top of the table. Newcastle Jets will be keen to get back to winning ways as they host Western United. Melbourne Victory. Check it out. We'll be going to be live for that one next Saturday night. It's Melbourne Victory once again, this time hosting Adelaide United for the second time this season. Central Coast Mariners have their annual New Year's Eve fixture hosting Perth Glory. And then the new year kicks off with a West Sydney Derby, Wanderers, MacArthur, January 1st. So make sure to join us for that one, man. Melbourne Victory, Adelaide United. That's going to be our next live watch-along. So that game should be a whole lot of fun. The original rivalry, usually very, very fiercely contested. Hopefully goals in that one compared to what we got tonight's 0-0, a stalemate in the end. Melbourne Victory 0. Melbourne City 0. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. Have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas, you guys. Stay safe. Stay well. See you tomorrow morning for our round recap as well. Cheers, guys. Catch you in the next one.